2023 WCBT Tour Finals. Darryl Bradley alongside number 5 qualifier, Bradley Tickett. Bradley, no stranger to these Tour Finals. Kind of nice to have you back. Tell us how you're feeling. Here we are, 2023.
It's been good. It was a good season again this year. I can't complain about that. And the year's finishing off pretty good, so looking to follow most of that and actually get over the hurdle this time.
Yeah, so I guess big question. Obviously, here we are into August. We've had a couple of national finals, the Open singles or Open team finals. You were a silver medalist.
Yeah.
Masters nationals. You were singles. You were again silver. A little bit of redemption going into this, or do they sort of individual events sort of doesn't make too much of a difference going into this one?
A little bit of redemption for me. I feel like a couple slipped through, like you said, Open singles. It was a tough one, and then the same thing at Masters or Open team and Master singles was the same thing, and then it was second in Pro League. So I've got a little bit of redemption here for me, I think.
Right. You had a few silvers this year.
Been a little too consistent in that spot.
So then, what do you draw on from experience from some of the past wins? Obviously, your name's on the trophy. Here we are, right?
Yeah.
So there's something to draw on there. But what's maybe a most recent experience of success that maybe you're going to draw on the most today?
Probably Red Deer this year when I was able to put that one together. That one was a really hard mental weekend. I went 3 shifts in to try and qualify and came down to the 80th frame to get in by 1 after doing nothing but plowing for a day and a half. And then to come out and be consistent through every block I played on the Sunday was a huge grounding moment, and trying to follow that through today I think is going to be a big key.
Which was ultimately a big factor in why you're here in the Tour Finals, is that heritage this year.
Yeah.
What about the other events? How did the other Tour events go for you?
They were not bad. Calgary felt really good. I qualified in the first shift and then just kind of struggled with it in the final round and had a middling finish for myself, at least in that place. Sherwood Park was quite the adventure. I had the joy of throwing a perfect game on the Sunday and then losing that match. So that was kind of like a catch-22. And then I came back the next round and, again, took it to the 30th frame and 1 extra break, and I could have been through, but unfortunately that was the end of that tournament. And then took a little bit of time off, just work and life, didn't have the time to get anything else in until Red Deer, and Red Deer went about the way I was hoping to on the Sunday at least.
Well, pretty solid finish to this season, so I know you're looking for the same here today. Let's talk about your opponent. A little bit of a bracket of power, or many different names you could call it, but it's definitely a big bracket that people are looking at there.
Yeah.
First match, you're up against Greg DeGrazia.
Yeah.
Right? Again, another past champion. Guy can play. Talk about him and maybe some of the matches you might have had there against Greg.
Greg is definitely not a guy you can ever sit on and think, okay, maybe. That is not a thing at all. And I've played him surprisingly a fair bit, especially at the Open Nationals. I've played him in the gold medal matches, and I've watched him throw shot after shot when he needs it. So I know I can't give him opportunities if I can avoid it. And like you said, we seem to play well in the same type of events. He's won Red Deer, I've won Red Deer, we both won this event. I mean, that was a little bit of a different format at that time, but clearly we know what we're doing when we get into these moments. So I know if it's in my hands, I need to do it. Otherwise, he's going to do it before I will.
Right. And then, of course, you can't look any further ahead than that match, so we won't go to that point. But talk about the format, the pins game format. So it's frame by frame by frame. Yeah. And then is there any sort of practice? Have you done that here recently? Or again, you're just drawing on past experience into this? Or speak about that.
Nothing super specific to pins game. Like I'd come in and throw balls with my girlfriend, and I'd kind of like go frame for frame, but it wasn't super focused. I think I've got actually caught up too much in thinking about how every frame feels like the 10th frame almost in this format, whereas I need to go back to where I think I'm strongest and assume it's 10 frames. If I throw one good frame, I've got a chance to win the frame, so don't worry about throwing the 10th frame 10 frames in a row kind of thing.
Neat mentality. Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck. You're a local from Edmonton area. Yeah. Lots of people supporting you, so best of luck out. We'll look forward to chatting with you afterwards.
For sure. Thank you very much.
Brad Tickett, everybody. Number 5 qualifier. First match going up against Greg DeGrazia. Number 12 qualifier this year. Seems a little bit odd to say, but here we are from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Greg DeGrazia. Greg, no stranger to this event, Tour Finals, been here a few years. Your name's even on the trophy. Welcome back. How you feeling overall?
I'm feeling good. A little nervous because it's always nerve-wracking, like coming into the season in the middle of the summer when you haven't really been practicing or playing any events. But I feel good. Been throwing some balls, so hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, from a competitive standpoint, the last big one probably would have been the Open Nationals here in Edmonton. Now, what about so the rest of the summer? Sort of not really a lot of balls, and then furthermore, this is a pins game format. So is that something that you would practice a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you want to be good at pinning in this event, just, you know, because getting 15 could be the difference of winning or losing a match. So yeah, I would definitely, normally I'd go practice and just like be aiming for the middle, trying to get strikes, but this, you know, you want to work on picking your pins. So like if you need to get that 15 to get a frame, like, I mean, that's huge. So definitely alter my practice style a little bit for this event.
Yeah, okay, because that's an interesting, you know, concept, is that it obviously is, it's, you know, a race to 5 frames and then obviously a total, and then everybody's got a little bit of a different thought. So good. Now, flight was fine, getting into town, obviously yesterday arriving, having a little Gallagher Cup last night. Always a fun event, kind of playing with a group of guys. What formats did you play in last night?
I played the first Baker, then I played the alternating 3-man match. Obviously the individual match, and then the final Baker one. I also played the alternating ball doubles match with Carey. Yeah, it was definitely interesting. My first time playing the Gallagher Cup. I enjoyed it. Yeah, fun night for sure.
Neat little thing to do. Do different events. Talking about the season now. Obviously, the whole reason to get here is your performance throughout the season to get to Tour Finals. No, wins. No, even runner-up losses, but a very consistent season. I think you pointed in every one of the 5 events, so that speaks to your obviously commitment to going into the game. But just always steady and steady. So number 12, but is still overall happy with this season, and now we have an opportunity to still come out Tour Finals.
Yeah, I'm happy with the season. I mean, for me, I have to travel pretty far from Thunder Bay. I mean, it's not easy. I don't have a lot of flight options. They're usually a lot more expensive than coming from even Toronto, which is farther from here. But the size of Thunder Bay makes it really difficult to find cost-friendly flights. So, finishing middle of the pack and being able to make money and not losing a ton of money each event makes it possible for me to come to all of them. Like if you have one bad event, you're down quite a bit of money, and it makes it a lot more difficult.
So by having just by having a consistent season and being able to make every cut, to get to place, to earn significant points, and not always losing the first round. And everybody knows that Greg DeGrazia is always one that we're looking out for to be near the end. So let's switch and let's talk about your opponent today. So Bradley Tickat, also name on the trophy, local player here. I know you've played him a lot. So give us your thoughts on playing against Bradley.
Bradley's a great player. I've bowled against him several times. Friendly, we're friends. It's gonna be a good match. Obviously I'm hoping I come out on top, but I think it could go either way. With this pins game format, you just got to be on the top of your game and get all the pins and hopefully win the frames.
Yeah, well, you both in the Tour Finals have very similar averages from all your games and your matches here at the Tour Finals, and have sort of both won this before, both won Red Deer. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. I know it's a bit of a power bracket, and whoever wins that match has another big one coming after that. We won't talk too far about that, but obviously best of luck to you, Greg. I know that you're an exceptional player, and we wish you all the best, and we look forward to having you afterwards.
Thanks, Daryl. Appreciate it.
Right, everybody, Greg DeGrazia, number 12 qualifier, first match playing against Bradley Tickat.